Yeah, I mean, I don't play video games a lot necessarily, but like I do love video games.
And how about you, Sam? Have you ever played a video game, or are you more like a
I mean,
movie?
I grew
Are you
up.
more of like a reader?
Well, like a reader, I only read Shakespeare. In fact,
Thank you guys for having the time to talk to us.
thank you.
Thank you.
So first of all, I'm loving the show, really, really am. And I kind of wonder, because this is a story that it has been told many times before, but this is the first time we actually seen it in this way, you know, with so much heart. So I kind of wonder, what did you find most appealing about the story?
I mean, so much heart is absolutely right. I don't think I could say it any better. I think the thing that's unique about Erica and the other writers telling of George's family story is the specificity of the characters. You really feel like it's not historical, it's happening to these people right now, and you really understand them, and you're with them on that journey. And that, I think that's what really hits home and hits the heart.
Yeah, so I kind of always wonder, you know, when you have these roles that are so moving and so touched and so hard in a way, how do you manage to actually the role home, you know, like take it right there in the sets and just not come home with that?
I think, you know, for me anyway, I've never been able. I've never been a method actor, and I don't think I could ever do it. I think people who are able to do that are, you know, it's a different skill set, and it's amazing. But what I feel grateful for is that, like, there are some days, especially on this show, that were hard to shed what happened and the emotion of the day. But I think the most important thing that I can do for myself, because I'm a very sensitive person, is to be able to shed the day a little bit, to be able to go home and open up a bag of potato chips and watch Love is Blind on Netflix and on not any streamer that is not Hulu. But you know what I mean? Just unleashing like the day, unleashing the vibe that you just want to relax and be yourself. I think that is so important, especially because, you know, you're going to set the very next day becoming that same person and doing scenes that are as intense. I think that release at the end of each day to just kind of be yourself and decompress is really important for your mental health, your sleep, but also to show up and be your best self at work. In my humble opinion, everyone's different though.
Totally. And also the people around you, certainly on this job, more than any other job I've experienced, that really, really helped. Like whether it's just talking it over, whether it's having a cry together, whether it's necking a glass or 10 of wine, like the people help you get back to where you need to be.
Yeah.
And that was, I don't think I could have done it without this.
And,
Me too.
of course. And I think that's very important and very healthy. And I wanted to know about your evolution, because I know that on the first episode, you both are one person, and then the last one, you're completely different ones. I mean, the evolution and the transformation is insane. So what can you tell me about these evolutions without, of course, spoiling anything?
Felt like once we were off, once the first few scenes, once we had a sense of each other.
Yeah.
I'll start that again. I felt like it came from the other people. For me, it came from Joey as Helena. It came from the connections with the other actors. Like that feeds back onto you. And so I wasn't thinking too much about where is the arc, where is he in this arc now? Mm-hmm. It's like, what is happening in that interaction with the other person in that moment? And then it's like little bricks that make a big wall. But you can only think about the brick you're doing in that moment, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of the preparation that we all did too, and a lot of the research and just the, you know, time spent prepping these characters allowed us to kind of naturally feel that evolution and naturally react to each other. I think that my favorite part about acting is truly reacting to your scene partner. And when you have such fantastic scene partners, it's easy to just fall into that rhythm with them and feel that evolution as time goes on. And of course, when you're filming a show like this, you know, it's not like you're filming everything in chronological order. And so there are some days where things are a bit out of order, but having that deep preparation, that knowledge, and that support from each other in the cast, it just every day kind of fell into place how it should.
And well, finally, to wrap up, our media is called Malditos Nerds, so we are dumb nerds, you could say. We love, as you can see right here. So my question for you guys is, if you have like a geeky side or a nerdy side, I know, Joey, that you really like or you enjoyed playing The Sims. I don't know if that's correct.
Oh yeah, I like a lot of video games.
Oh, really? Like, can you tell me one example? Or more?
Yeah, absolutely. I loved Sims growing up. I really love Mario Kart still. I love playing Red Dead Redemption. That's just kind of a fun game to like roam on. The new Spider-Man game is pretty amazing. The Spider-Verse game. It's so cool. Me and my husband played this great game called It Takes Two, which is like a partners video game. You have to solve puzzles together. Absolutely love that game. I don't play video games a lot necessarily. I think I probably like bust out the controller like 2 times a year, where I'll spend like a couple weeks playing like a game or something, and same with my hubs. But like, I do love video games.
Oh, I love it. And how about you, Sam? Have you ever played a video game, or are you more like a movie?
I mean, I grew up.
Are you more of like a reader?
More like a reader. I only read Shakespeare. In fact, I grew up on video games, and I think this is going to be way too obvious, I'm sure, but like GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64. There was nothing.
I've never played it.
I used to play it with my brother when we were kids, and he would get so angry if I won. He once smashed me over the head with the controller.
Oh my god, that's how I would get with WWE.
Lied about it to our mum.
I would play SmackDown versus Raw on the Xbox, the WWE game. Love that game, and I would get really worked up if I lost.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. And how about a geeky like passion, like horror movies, or I don't know, superheroes? How are we on that one?
I don't like horror movies. I don't dislike them for any other reason than I would like to sleep at night, and I'm so afraid.
I love them.
Geeky interests and hobbies. I don't know. I don't think anything's geeky I think it's sweet. I think having passions and hobbies is a sweet thing. I love it. I like, I think that, there's a lot of things I could, like, for example, like, I could say, like, I geek out on, like, Top Chef. Like, that's, like, my favorite show. Right. And, like, I love, like, learning about the restaurateurs and all of the judges and all of the contestants and what restaurants they previously owned and who I think should have won that year. Like, all that fun stuff. I would say I'm a nerd about Top Chef, but I think I prefer to view it as more of a passion than anything else.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I love horror films. I
just can't do it.
I'm
afraid.
To watch a horror film just before you go to bed, it's such a joy.
What if you're alone?
Yeah, even better. And then you sit in the dark and you're like, corner of the room.
If I'm sleeping, if I'm like, when I was in Bucharest filming this show, like I was in an apartment by myself, and like I felt fairly safe there, but I slept with all the lights on. Like, and I don't sleep well with lights on, but I certainly can't sleep when it's dark, like, and I'm by myself. Like, are you kidding? I can't. I'm such a scary cat.
That's perfect. So definitely not a horror movie before you sleep in that occasion. No way. Oh, thank you guys so much for your time. I really, really love the show. It really spoke to me.
Thank you.
I loved it. So thank you so much.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Guys, thank you.